High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin. Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
Out of the stretch. Sky towards left center field. The wind is carrying it. Is it gone? It is! Jackson Irons with a 2-run shot over the left center field fence. He'll plate Wharton, and it's 6-4. There's still an insurance run that is about to get driven in on this base hit. Flores delivers the insurance run. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look, shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level! B.J. Rogers to midfield! One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not! Number 6 in for 6! That will do it!
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
It's a win and in situation for the Arlington Colts on a beautiful Tuesday evening for baseball here at Gopher Park. The pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is coming up right after this. You're tuning in to high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com. If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further.
Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gopher Park in Grand Prairie, Texas for the District 8-6A contest between Grand Prairie and your Arlington Colts. I'm Zach Arnold, joined by my Pops, Doug. Pops' temperature is hovering around 80 degrees. It's a cool, gentle breeze, and there's a lot at stake for Arlington here in this ball game tonight. If they win, they make the playoffs for the 5th year in a row.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for baseball, and it's a lot of fun to be here at this cute little ballpark here in Grand Prairie once again. It's pretty, it's well maintained, and you know, one of the things that I've kind of been warning and just dropping little hints in social media this week, the Colts need to come into this game against Grand Prairie, who struggled this year again, and they need to take care of business. They need to stay focused.
Yeah.
And they need to absolutely take care of their business here tonight against a team that everybody expects them to beat. And I'm watching the pregame warm-up. It looks like they're focused and sharp and ready to do just that.
They seem to be locked in, and we are locked into the press box area here at Gopher Park with not quite a bird's eye view. We're not in the crow's nest necessarily, but we've got a great view, a great angle, and we're going to be bringing you that same angle for this ball game here tonight. We've been here a few times this season. This is our 3rd trip to Gopher Park. And Coach Reeves and the press box manager, Mr. Davidson, they're always super hospitable to us. We used to have to camp out along the baseline, so being up in the box is something that we don't take lightly and something that is always appreciated. So thank you to Grand Prairie ISD for your hospitality. You can see Grand Prairie High School over the left field fence here. You've got North Hill Street that's behind us. And Pops, you noted during the pregame setup, there's actually a couple of cars back there that may need an insurance adjuster if a foul ball goes directly behind the press box.
Yeah, we have seen moving cars on Hill Street actually get nailed by a foul ball that goes behind the press box. It's really kind of a game. I'd hate to be the driver, and we've never seen any wrecks from it. But we saw a pickup truck drive by one time, and a foul ball actually landed in the bed of the pickup as the guy was driving by. Just pretty epic.
It's such a crazy thing to watch take place. But luckily for us here at the Zap Crew, we have insurance opportunities if such an unfortunate circumstance arises.
Who's our pregame sponsor?
It's none other than Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. They're a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. Pops, fresh off of a perfect game over a week ago. Last week, Danny Bustamante threw a complete game no-hitter. He is throwing the ball as well as anybody in the DFW area right now, and he'll be getting the start on the mound for the Colts here in this ball game as well. It's a way of keeping the rotation active so that you don't take anything for granted. They still technically need to win this game, finish the job in order to make the playoffs. And so it's going to be pretty much the same rotation that we have seen previous games in spite of Grand Prairie's 4-win record on the season.
You know what's interesting with this pitching rotation of Danny Bustamante and Abe Alvarado, Danny Bustamante is absolutely locked down controlling from the mound, even though he's got a really good defense behind him. Abe Alvarado relies on his defense at times, and it's there for him. And so it's a really good 1-2 punch. But that last game against Lamar, Abe Alvarado was overpowering. We saw him ramp up his speed on his fastballs. His breaking pitch was breaking well. And it was Abe really is getting stronger as the season goes along. in that game last week, Danny Bustamante pitched so well on that Tuesday night game. I mean, it was a 2-0 win, but Arlington scored that run on an error by Lamar. The hit to right center field by Taylor went all the way to the fence, and Axel Alvarado actually scored the legit run there on the hit, but then the Viking right fielder threw the ball into the Colt dugout. It was a dead ball, and it led to Taylor, who had already made it to second base, being plated, and that was the 2 runs. And that was it for the evening, because the Lamar pitcher did a really good job shutting down the rest of the Colt offense.
Indeed.
On that night. And so it was just it was a really interesting game on Tuesday, but then to come back on Friday and put 14 on the board, the Colts really ended that series with Lamar with an exclamation point for sure. 14-0 on Friday night.
Grand Prairie Gophers.
Grand Prairie ended their week on a high note last week as they got their first win in district action this year over the Sam Houston Texans. And so Grand Prairie's coming into this game on a high note with a win under their belt. And they're looking to play the spoilers here tonight at Gopher Park.
We heard from some of the members of the coaching staff that this is a very young Grand Prairie team. A lot of freshmen on the roster, and it has taken them a little while to gel and get cohesive, but the win against Sam Houston seems to be proof that they are coming together at an appropriate time. So in this district, you can't take anything for granted. Anything is possible, and we have to, like you said, take care of business in order to get to win number 14 on the year, win number 9 in district. They're currently 8-2, ahead of a bunch of 7-3 teams in the district that are going to be going at one another. Bowie and Lamar is one of the other games that's going to be on the Zap Network tonight. Both of them 7-3, both of them looking to clinch a postseason appearance. There's a lot left to play for here in the last couple of weeks. National anthem is about to get underway, and then it is baseball time in Texas. We're going to turn it over to the loudspeaker, and then first pitch right after that. Live on YouTube on the Zap Network, it's high school baseball presented by John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. Grand Prairie in their powder blue jerseys tonight with Gophers in dark blue cursive across the chest. And then I saw on a close-up look, Pops, that it says Grand Prairie on the flourish that goes underneath all of that cursive.
Very
so
nice. It's a very, very sharp-looking uniform, really nice. The blue jersey top and the white pants look is really good. Blue on blue, it gets a little monotone, one color, but this is really a sharp look for Grand Prairie. Arlington is in their really cool black uniforms, all black with the bright green pinstripe. It's been our favorite uniform this year, although Mom and I were talking the other night, what happened to the green uniform top that we've had the last couple of years? We always thought that was pretty cool also.
I saw it for a little while during tournament play just because they needed some variety, but this seems to be their staple. And when you're playing on turf, it's very easy to clean your jersey.
That's true. That's true.
So there's a chance that
Practical.
they may be wearing them again tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Thursday at Colt Field for senior night.
It's a sharp look for the teams.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this evening's ball game. The Colts are the visitors, and we have a new feature that we had enough time to actually debut for you all tonight. Leading off and pitching is going to be number 4, Danny Bustamante. Batting second at shortstop, number 10, Mason Hensley. Batting third in right field, number 18, London Prater. Batting cleanup, number 20, Abe Alvarado at third base. The first baseman, number 25, Matthew Wynn, bats fifth. Yadier Gomez hit a big double in Friday's ball game against Lamar and gets to DH in the 6th spot here tonight. Center fielder Gannon Howard bats 7th, wearing number 2. Number 23, position 2, Jeremiah Taylor bats 8th. And rounding out base number 2, number 24, Hayden White. Not in the lineup is the left fielder, number 5, Axel Alvarado. He will be in the field and DH for by Gomez.
Number 4, Danny Bustamante.
Defensively, for the Gophers, Alvarado is at first, Alcala is at second, Rodrigo Martinez is at third, Muñiz is at short, Todd is in left, Garcia is in center, Peoples is in right. Jacob Harmon is behind the plate, and on the mound, number 10, Isai Martinez. Martinez fires into his pitcher counterpart. First pitch swinging, it's up in the air. 3 different Gophers converging. Who will make the call? It'll be the shortstop, Muñiz. 1 pitch, and it's an F6.
Yeah, that ball went a mile up in the air and kept traveling in that no man's land between the second base bag and the center field traditional position. And fortunately for the Gophers, they were able to communicate well enough to not let that one fall to the turf. 1 out.
Well, the center fielder Garcia was looking at it. The second baseman Alcala was looking at it as Hensley takes a look at a ball here. Good communication there to make sure nobody bumped into one another. As ball 2 goes wide to the switch hitting Hensley. Kansas City, Kansas Community College commit. Radar guns from previous games clocked him on the mound, pitching it near 90 miles an hour. Young man's got an arm. Very quickly, a 3-0 count here to him. Quite the contrast after 1 pitch recorded the first out. Martinez delivers a strike right down the heart. Hensley had it on his shoulder, as expected. The 3-1 pitch is outside. That's ball 4.
You know, Zach, as the Colts offense, the heart of the order comes up to the plate here with London Prater approaching. There's almost no wind here tonight at Gopher Park. We've seen some very, very windy games lately.
Coming up to bat number 18.
There was a
London
slight breeze
Prater.
coming in from center field when they were warming up, but that flag is limp out there in center field now. And that really could help some of these heavy hitters lift one right over the fences. The fences here at Gopher Park, 320 down the line, 365 in left and right center alleys, and 380 straight away.
First pitch swinging for Prater. It's in the air. Playable again for the shortstop, Muñiz. Calls for it and makes the grab for out number 2.
Coming up to bat number
Interesting.
20, Abraham
We'll have to keep an eye
Alvarado.
on what Isai Martinez is pitching that's getting the Colts to golf those up in the air like that.
They're getting underneath it, and it's going straight up but not out very far.
Throw over to first base, and Hensley is back easily. Giovanni Alvarado over there taking the throw from Martinez on the mound and giving the courtesy tag.
Hensley takes a step and then holds up as this one gets fouled out of play onto the berm. Doesn't quite make it to Hill Street, just rests on the hill itself, and that'll be a strike to AB.
Yeah, one of the fun things here at Gopher Park is the kids running around on that hill retrieving those foul balls. Real family atmosphere.
Another check down. This one probably a little closer than it should have been, but Alvarado's tag not in time. And it'll stay 0-1 at the plate.
Hensley really stretching that lead to see just how far he can get off. Maybe looking for a possible steal here.
That one is wide of the plate. That's ball 1. Harmon tried to frame it, held it there. Umpire did not bite. Hensley with a little bit of a shorter leadoff now. And he will retreat as ball 2 goes wide of the plate to Alvarado.
One thing to keep an eye on here at Gopher Park is the right side of the field. The second baseman, first baseman, right field are all staring into the sun as it sets here this evening.
Another check down. This one also really close. But again, Hensley back in time.
Yeah, Mason's pretty much got that measured out to the limit that Martinez is going to allow him to get off that base.
2-1 at the plate. Isai Martinez catches the corner there for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. If AB finds a way aboard, Matthew Wynn taking cuts in the literal on-deck circle. And that is going to go off of his shoulder. Breaking ball never breaks. And AB gets the free pass the hard way. That'll move Hensley down to second base and put 2 men on for the first baseman, Matthew Wynn. Matthew Wynn also headed to the next level after this season is over. He's a Division III Austin College commit. Going to be a Kangaroo next year.
One of my favorite mascots, right up there with Arkansas Tech.
The Wonder Boys.
The Wonder Boys. I was wearing that T-shirt just the other day, remembering Ryan Ott and his stint here, and then moving on to that next level in Arkansas.
3-year starter on the varsity baseball team. Now gets to play Division II ball up there. First pitch to Wynn. Catches the corner again. That is strike 1 called.
You know that Bustamante and JT are watching this strike zone. That's a low outside call. Hopefully it'll be consistent through the night.
That is something that Bustamante will try to attack. The 0-1 bobbled at the plate, ball 1. Both runners feigned as if they were going to try to move. Harmon able to keep it in the batter's circle. And it's just ball 1. 1-1 to Matthew Wynn. Isai looks at second and comes home. And he gets the call again. Harmon tried to frame it, but he didn't need to. That's strike 2 to Matthew Wynn. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matthew Wynn. Hensley at second, AB Alvarado at first. The 1-2 pitch. Chopper fouled up the third baseline. Second baseman Alcala shading towards the bag to try to keep Mason Hensley honest. Rodrigo Martinez is playing a little bit deeper than the traditional third base position. We'll see if Hensley tries to attempt a steal. See if he can beat out the play at the third base bag. That tails away, and that'll be a ball to Matthew Wynn.
2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. See if we can bring that runner in from second base and put a 1 spot on that board out there.
The 2-2 pitch, home runners go. It's a hit and run up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. Only throw is to first, and it's in time. Muniz all the way across off his body, awkwardly makes it to Alvarado by a half step, and the inning is over. Wynn is retired on the 6-3. The Colts leave 2 aboard as we get ready to go to the home half of the inning. It's Arlington 0, and the Gophers coming up to the plate. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com. To the bottom of the first inning we go. Arlington put a couple of men aboard but was unable to bring them home. And now it's the Colt defense that we will see out on the field for the first time as we continue to show you some new little tweaks. There's the defensive alignment for your Arlington Colts. Matthew Wynn over at first base. Hayden White's at second base. Abe Alvarado is at third. Mason Hensley is at short. Axel Alvarado, as we mentioned, being DH'd for and playing left field. Gannon Howard's in center. London Prater is in right behind the plate. It's the 2-time District Defensive Player of the Year, Jeremiah Taylor. And on the mound, quite possibly one of the hottest pitchers in the region, number 4, Danny Bustamante. The junior coming out for another Game 1 district start. The last couple of ones that he's had have been really successful, and we will see just how well he fares here tonight.
Yeah, he just seems to be getting stronger and stronger ever since that game against Boswell at Pioneer Stadium.
Yeah.
He has just been totally dominant. Mom and I, Patsy, were blessed to be able to call that first district game in Haltom where he put a perfect game in the books. No runs, no hits, no walks, shutout. I mean, it was just a thing of beauty to watch. And then even last Tuesday, after he gave up 1 walk to the Vikings, he had virtually a perfect game the rest of the night. 1 hit by pitch, and the rest of it was just perfection.
We'll see what he does here as he faces the third baseman, Rodrigo Martinez, and dishes a strike 1 to open up the bottom of the first. Saul Muniz, the shortstop, bats second as that pitch is away. Giovanni Alvarado bats third at first base. Cleanup hitter is the pitcher, Isai Martinez. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Brandon Peoples. Second baseman, Aaron Alcala, as this one is looped into right field, and already it's not going to be a no-hitter as it's a leadoff single to right by Rodrigo Martinez.
Coming up to bat, shortstop number 3, Saul Mooney.
Yeah, that was just a little Texas leaguer. Went right over the head of the White and Matthew Wynn and right in front of Prater. Perfectly placed, and the Gophers have something going here to start off their half of the inning.
I think I mentioned Brandon Peoples. Aaron Alcala bats 6th at second base. Jalen Garcia is the center fielder. He'll bat 7th. Jacob Harmon, the catcher, is in the 8th spot, and the left fielder, Jordan Todd, rounds out the order for the Gophers as a bunt is squared up for JT. Fires down to first, and Martinez has to dive back head first just to avoid being cut down by Jeremiah Taylor.
You cannot sleep on Jeremiah Taylor when he's behind the plate.
Bunt is squared up for, down the baseline, and fouled. He'll have one more chance at it before it's deemed not recommended to try to square up to bunt. You usually have the first 2 strikes to work with. Squares up again. Taylor fires down again. A dart down to win. And again, the tag unsuccessful, so it's ball 2 at the plate to Muniz. who made a couple of catches and then a really good throw over to first in order to keep Arlington's bats quiet in that half inning. Check down over to first. Just letting Rodrigo Martinez know that he is seen. Busta having to pitch out of the stretch now. He attacks that corner that we were talking about in the previous inning, Pops, and the strike gets called. It's 2-2.
You know, those borderline pitches can go either way, but what you appreciate in an official is consistency.
So now Muñiz will have to swing away. And he does, and he'll put it in play. Headed to foul territory. Couple of young men chasing it, and it goes in and out of the breadbasket of Mason Hensley. He tried to corral it with his arms, and it bounced harmlessly foul. That may have been just out of our pan of view, as we can only show you so much when we've got a single camera pointing at the field. That kind of foul territory is something that we just have to tell you what happened, and you'll have to take our word for it. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes with the leadoff man aboard here. Swing and a miss. Bustamante gets the K and wins that battle with Muñiz.
That's one of the first curveballs we've seen from Busta
Coming
so
up
far
to bat,
tonight.
first baseman number 12,
That one broke
Giovanni
perfectly right over the
Alvarado.
plate.
That'll take us to Giovanni Alvarado, first baseman rather. I'm thinking of our Alvarado. AB is playing the hot corner for the Colts tonight. Another check down over at first base. Just saying hello to Rodrigo Martinez. First pitch home.
Oh, he thought about
the
it.
umpire almost did it, and he pulls back and calls ball 1.
He flinched and thought about it.
He was ready to throw that fist forward. And Jeremiah Taylor asking for clarification.
He gives a little pat on the shoulder. JT, settle down. It's okay.
The 1-0. And it's 2-0. They are trying to go after that part of the strike zone. Hasn't been able to get it the last 2 pitches, though. Two and 0. That one's too low, and it is ball number 3. So Giovanni Alvarado. Bustamante is testing that corner of the strike zone to see what gets called and what doesn't, Pops. As soon as he levels it out and puts it where he wants to, it'll be interesting to see him attack that zone. 3-0 in play. Headed to second. Hayden White's only play will be to first, and it will count almost like a sacrifice, as the fielder's choice will move Martinez over to second base.
Coming up to bat, the pitcher, number 10, Isai Martinez.
So Rodrigo Martinez in scoring position. Isai Martinez coming to the plate. Got a scoreless first inning, although he faced, I want to say 5 or 6 Arlington batters. 5. First pitch to Isai Martinez is a called strike 1. Busta's 0-1. Curveball drops in. It's 0-2.
Nice movement on that curveball. It's good to see him having that breaking pitch working. It's a great offset for the speed of the fastball to catch the batters flat-footed.
The 0-2. Called strike 3. It took a little while to make sure that that was a backwards K. He
really wound up on that one,
We only knew it because Jeremiah Taylor got up from his crouch. So Isai Martinez is caught looking, and the Gophers leave a man in scoring position. We're through 1 here at Gopher Park, headed to the second. Right after this, it's high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Page's Pretty Roots is a Texas-based small business where you can discover handcrafted treasures designed to nurture your body and soul. From custom t-shirts that showcase your unique style to nourishing sugar scrubs and moisturizers made with love. Whether you're looking for a fun fashion statement or all natural self-care, you'll find something special here. Shop now and experience the magic of handmade by scanning the QR code or searching Paige's Pretty Roots on Etsy.com.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
To the second inning we go. Both teams put men in scoring position. Both times they were left stranded. So we'll see what kind of productivity can happen at the plate as the Colts get ready to send the 6, 7, 8 spots in the lineup. Designated hitter Yadier Gamez had a really, really good at-bat against Lamar on Friday, part of the 14-0 run rule. And he gets to start at DH tonight as he looks at ball one from Isai Martinez.
Yeah, he came in cold in that game, late in the game, and walked up to the plate and slapped a double. It's exactly what you want from a pinch hitter.
Takes a look at a strike call here, and it's 1-1 to the leadoff man. Center fielder Gannon Howard will come after him. Jeremiah Taylor in the hole. The three young men guaranteed an at-bat this half inning. Ball is called. It is 2-1 now. Gamez, a lefty hitter. Not a whole lot of those in the Arlington lineup. And he'll put this one in play, headed for center field. Sliding over is Garcia, and he'll make the grab for the F8 and out number one.
Coming up to bat, number 2, Gannon Howard.
Yeah, that one was virtually hit right to the center fielder, Jalen Garcia, who took about 2 steps to his left and camped under that one and put that one away.
And with the sun in his face, no less. So good defensive play there. Gannon Howard squares up to bunt to try to catch the Grand Prairie defense off guard. Pulls back, and it's ball number one. The 1-0. He'll send this one back behind us over the press box, headed for Hill Street. Don't know if it cleared the fence, though. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ball 2, low and away. Pops, are you familiar with the game Backyard Baseball?
Yeah, you used to play it a lot.
It was a computer game and then turned into a PlayStation 2 video game. Ball 3 gets called to Gannon Howard here. They recently released a app that you can get on the Google Play and the Apple Store. $4.99 to relive your childhood. That was some of the best $5 I ever spent. The 3-1. Ball 4, and Gannon Howard draws the base on balls. When Howard squared up to bunt, it reminded me of a strategy that I used in that ball game. There's a character called Pete Wheeler, and
he's got some wheels.
He's got some wheels, and he is the fastest player in the game. And all you have to do is tell him to square up for a bunt, and it's a guaranteed single every time. Not the case with Gannon Howard here as he draws the walk, but he does still have the wheels as JT puts this in play. 5, 4, and does not get the double play. It'll just be a 5-4 fielder's choice and out number 2.
That ball hit very sharply down the
Coming up to bat,
third
number
base line, right to
24,
Martinez,
Hayden White.
Rodrigo Martinez, that is. And so he was able to get it to second base, but the turn from second to first not in time.
So Gannon Howard is retired. And Jeremiah Taylor will take his spot at first base. Strike is called here to him. That is Hayden White, the 9-hole hitter. Alvarado covering first base, and JT leaning away from first and then having to spring back. Is back in time. Next pitch home is too high to Hayden White. That's ball one. One ball and one strike here. Taylor is going. It's supposed to be a hit and run. White can't connect, but JT does get the stolen base. Strike two at the plate, but it's a clean steal for Jeremiah Taylor. Two innings in a row that Arlington has put men in scoring position now. Martinez delivers the 1-2. And the called strike three is issued on the corner. A backwards K to end the inning. Isai Martinez's first K of the day. And the Colts strand their second man in scoring position. We're headed to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here at Gopher Park. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Hey Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana, aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Grand Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Bottom of the second inning here at Gopher Park as the sun continues to set behind the third baseline area. Zach Arnold, my pops Doug, on the call for this District 8-6A ball game between the Colts and the Gophers. It's a win and in situation for Arlington. If they can collect district win number 9, they are guaranteed a postseason appearance, regardless of the outcome of their upcoming ball games. They do have a game against their rival, the Martin Warriors. That'll be next week's series. Senior Day is Thursday before we hit Good Friday, and Pops, you'll be on the call for that ball game as well in just a couple of days' time.
Yeah, that we're looking forward to that one. We always like being at Colt Field. Very homey feel, hospitable ballpark, great fans. We had a really good time last Tuesday when we were there. It was Future Colt Night. And so there were future Colt kiddos all over the ballpark that night. Just a real festive atmosphere. Always fun to see the up-and-coming players.
Brandon Peoples, the right fielder, will lead things off for the Gophers here in the bottom of the second inning. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Aaron Alcala, and the center fielder, Jalen Garcia. First pitch is a called strike number 1 to Peoples. Fouled off, and it's 0-2.
People sent that one into the dugout over there and woke up all of his teammates as it rattled around there like a pea in a boxcar.
I don't know if I've heard that one before. That took me a second. 0-2 to the leadoff man. Swing and a miss. Puts it on the outside corner. Peoples offers at it, can't connect.
Second baseman number 0,
And it's out number 1
Aaron
of the
Alcala.
second inning. And the third strikeout in 5 batters for Bustamante.
I was just starting a strikeout tick counter at the bottom of the score sheet here.
This one's not going to be a strikeout. It's going to be sharply hit, and it's going to be way wide. And it looks like interference is going to be called on Matthew Wynn, and it will move the runner to second base.
Interference called on the field.
Coach Womack is going to come out to clarify because Matthew Wynn looked like he was just reaching over to make a play on the ball that was wide. And the field umpire is saying, no, this collision impedes the runner's ability to get up from that errant throw and go to second base on his own. So we'll see how this conversation goes, but it looks like Womack's probably not going to win this one.
Nope, not even an appeal to the home plate umpire for his opinion.
Coming up to bat,
Not that he's in
center
any kind
fielder
of
number
a
15,
visual-
Jalen Garcia.
visual position to see anything differently. Umpire at first was right on top of the play.
I think Alcala would have been safe at first.
Yeah, it was a very tough play for White.
It was a tough play for Hayden White, period.
I truly thought that one was going to get through the hole between White and Wynn. That pitch swung on and missed by Jalen Garcia.
I'm going to give him an infield hit and then a plus on INT.
That's what I scored it. Strike
This
2.
one's a called strike, so it's 0-2 here at the plate now to the center fielder, Garcia.
Gophers do have a runner in scoring position out there with just 1 out in the inning. We'll see what they can do with this opportunity and conversely see if Danny Bustamante can work himself out of this mini jam.
That'll help his cause right there as he blows the fastball by the bat of Garcia for a swinging strikeout and for out number 2.
Coming up to bat,
So what would you call a
number
mini jam?
17, the catcher,
A preserve?
Jacob
If he can
Harmon.
preserve the 0
I
on
was
the
about
board,
to say. Escapes the jam and gets the preserve.
preserves the goose egg.
2 away for the catcher, Jacob Harmon.
Let us
Hey.
know what you think about our string of dad jokes and chime in on the chat, folks. Sign up for notifications from Zach Arnold Productions YouTube channel and join the chat. Bring your own punny comments.
That one gets fouled behind us onto the berm for strike 1.
And while you're at it, let us know where you're listening in from tonight. We always love to hear where Colt Nation is watching and listening in tonight.
Oh and 1 here to Harmon after the foul. Bustamante having a pitch out of the stretch. Curveball never breaks back into the zone. That is a 1-1.
That was close. Harmon kind of leaned into that one.
The 1-1 pitch, too high for ball 2. If he should find a way aboard, it's the bottom of the order in Jordan Todd on deck for the Gophers. It's a 2-1 count here to the catcher. Busta gets the called strike on the upper away part of the zone, and the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a man on base number 2.
Nice pitch there as the fans here in attendance at Gopher Park tonight kind of collectively said, yep, as that one crossed the plate. Good placement.
Time is called by the batter as Harmon decided he was tired of waiting on Busta to decide what pitch he wanted to throw. Curveball catches the corner, And Harmon is sent to the dugout. 5th strikeout for Bustamante. Who cares if he's given up a couple of singles? Nothing has come of it. Second runner in scoring position left stranded as we head to the 3rd inning. Fans, the 3rd inning is presented by our friends at Ika Signs, located in the heart of Arlington. They offer same-day production on certain rush orders and offer a wide catalog of custom print materials. Call 817-617-2229 to find out how Ika Signs can help your brand's visibility. We'll be right back with high school baseball on Zap right after this.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org. The order.
Welcome back to Gopher Park here on the campus of Grand Prairie High School as your Colts are taking on the Grand Prairie Gophers in this District 8 6A action tonight. Colts atop the district and want to stay there. And if they want to stay there, they've got to put some runs on the board, and that's chance is coming here in the top of the 3rd inning with the top of the order. And they're seeing Isai Martinez for a second time through tonight. Need to get those bats rolling and make some connection here. Leading off, Danny Bustamante. On deck, Mason Hensley. And in the hole, London Prater. 1-2-3 this half inning. 0-0 is your score heading into this half of the inning. Isai Martinez is on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. And we'll get everybody set. And a first pitch coming here to Bustamante. Pitcher on pitcher here. First delivery is in there for a called strike 1.
Got him at the knees there, and already at this at-bat, Bustamante is going to see more pitches than he did from Martinez his last time around.
That's true, that pop-up to shortstop. Next, there's a curve ball that he fights off and fouls back to the backstop. But he's down quickly 0-2 here to his pitching counterpart, Isai Martinez. Martinez set and ready for his 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit the left center field. It's headed for the gap to the 365 sign. It hits the ground and is fielded by the left fielder, but Bustamante rounds first and he slides head first into second base for a leadoff double.
Good piece of hitting there by Bustamante. Put it between left and center. Probably slid about 10 feet away from the second base bag and let the turf carry him into the base. And he will run for himself out there at second.
Well, there you go. Usually we see Mr. Murphy come in. Murphy will ride the bench a little bit more, and that'll bring up the second hitter of the inning, left-handed batting Mason Hensley. Your everyday shortstop for the Colts. As Muniz plays a little cat and mouse. Hensley squares to bunt and lays off of it. And it's a called strike 1. You can see on your TV monitor Saul Muniz coming up behind Bustamante there at second. Shortstop. Little gamesmanship, trying to keep him close. That pitch is another called strike.
Catches the outside corner.
Count goes to 0-2. This is 2 batters in a row that Martinez has been able to get ahead, 0-2. Takes a look at Busta at second and comes home. Swung on and hit high in the air. Center fielder Garcia circling under it, moving to his right, and catches it for the out and gets it back in quickly to the third baseman, Rodrigo Martinez. But that F8 is the first out of the inning, and
Coming
Busta
up
has
to
to
bat,
stay
number
put.
18, London
Busta
Prater.
tagged up and was looking for a signal from Coach Womack to see if it was safe to try to come over to third. It was not. Good defense there by Garcia to keep the runner where he's at.
Yeah, in retrospect, that was a really sharp throw to third base, and it would have been very close. As it is, London Prater up to bat with one out and a runner at second. Swung on and missed in that first pitch.
Prater popped out to Muniz his last time up.
I was going to recap his last ball game too. He had a base hit and a double and 3 RBIs in that ball game. Let's see an RBI here, London. That one's popped in the air. Also to shallow center field. The shortstop is fading back to make that catch. Saul Muniz. Saul Muniz. Sorry, Saul. Makes the catch there.
Coming up to bat, number 20,
F6 is the out there.
Abraham Alvarado.
And that'll bring up Abe Alvarado. Abe tonight holding down the hot corner at third base for the Colts. He was hit by a pitch in his last at bat, but stranded there in the first inning. That ball's first pitch hitting to right field. Brandon Peoples circles under it and makes the basket catch for the third out. So the Colts go down fairly quietly after Bustamonte's leadoff double, and we strand him out there. We will step aside here in the middle of the third inning. This is high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Eka Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Eka can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ekasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Eka Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
Welcome back to live action here at Grand Prairie's Gopher Park. Score on the scoreboard still 0-0 between the Colts and the Gophers here, headed to the Gopher half of the third inning. Gophers will be sending up their 5, 6, 7 hole hitters. No, I'm sorry, my bad. They're 9-1-2 hitters this
There
inning.
we go.
Left fielder Jordan Todd getting his first at bat tonight. And then back to the top of the order with Rodrigo Martinez on deck. And Saul Muniz, who's made a lot of plays out there in the short center field area tonight, is in the hole to get started. So Todd, Martinez, and Muniz, the 1, 2, 3 batters here for the Gophers.
You know, Pops, aside from the fielder's choice, the only way Arlington's defense has been getting outs has been strikeouts from Danny Bustamante.
Yep.
6 outs have been recorded. 5 of them have been strikeouts.
Yep, and Bustamante is back out there for his third inning of work here. We've seen him get several complete
Coming
games
up
here
to
this
bat,
season.
left fielder number
And
9,
so
Jordan
Wouldn't expect
Todd.
anybody else out there at this point in the ball game. Left-handed hitting Jordan Todd steps into the batter's box. Danny Bustamante doing a few last-minute preparations before mounting the pitching rubber. And we're ready to go here in the bottom of the third. First pitch home. Called strike 1. Right at the knees and in the middle of the plate. Swung on and missed is the 0-1 pitch. It's now 0-2 to the leadoff batter, Jordan Todd. Sun just about set here at Gopher Park. It's going to be a beautiful ball game for the rest of the evening here. That pitch sails outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jordan Todd. London Prater out in right field may still have a little bit of sun in his eyes, but everybody else is now in the shade and the lights are on. 1-2 delivery home is swung on and missed for strike 3. Jordan Todd is the first out of the inning with
Coming
the
up to
swinging
bat, third
strikeout.
baseman
That's
number
another
4,
tick on the strikeout
Rodrigo
counter
Martinez.
for Mr. Bustamante. That'll take us back to the top of the order. Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman for the Gophers. Rodrigo got a base hit and then to lead off the ball game, got to second on a fielder's choice, but he was stranded out there after that. First pitch from Bustamante is a little bit high for ball 1.
Alex Alvarado in the chat watching from Milford, Texas, saying, "Let's go Colts."
All right. Pitch is hot shot down to Alvarado at third. He fields it cleanly across to win. He makes it look easy, doesn't he?
That hot corner, not so hot when
Coming up
20
to
is
bat,
covering
shortstop
it.
Number 3, Saul Mooney.
The 5-3 put out, Alvarado to win, is the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop for the Gophers, Saul Muniz. Saul, a rather diminutive player. Got a little bit shorter strike zone there.
Still
First
gets
pitch to him is a called strike.
Still gets a called strike on him.
Muniz a strikeout victim his last time up. One of the 6 that Bustamante has notched on his belt, but not this time. It's going to fall in front of Gannon Howard in center field for a nice clean base hit there.
Coming up to bat, first
So that puts a
baseman
runner
number
at first
12,
base with 2
Giovanni
outs.
Alvarado.
And that'll bring up the number 3-hole hitter in their lineup, first baseman Giovanni Alvarado. Alvarado grounded out to second base his last at bat.
See Donna Nipper at the top of the chat.
Throw over to first base. Muniz is back easily. Muniz really dancing off the bag there quite a ways. Got Bustamante's attention.
There's a couple of Bowie faithful in the chat tonight, Pops, keeping up with this ball game to see if the Gophers can pull the upset and provide a little bit more of an advantage for Bowie in this district seeding.
You know, we're glad to have volunteer fans along with us. We have enjoyed being able to add them to the Zap family this year and cover all of their ball games.
It's kind of funny though that they would rather join this chat and cheer for Grand Prairie than join the other chat and cheer for Bowie, because that game is also live on the Zap Network in the 3rd inning. Vikings are up 1-0.
Unless the Bowie fans are at the ballpark and just keeping an eye on this one.
Speaking of keeping an eye, JT keeping an eye on the runner.
Bustamante keeping an eye on Muniz at first. Takes a look over there. Now he comes set and comes home with it. Catches that corner. 2 strikes on the batter. 1 ball and 2 strikes
I was about
now.
to say, after
from the
that
count.
check down, it looked like it was a ball, but we had to wait for confirmation there.
1-2 delivery. Swung on and swatted foul to the right side. Out there where the kids are playing on the hill. One young man running over there to go retrieve that ball and bring it back to us. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the current batter, Giovanni Alvarado. 1-2 delivery as the runner takes off from first. The batter gets hit at the plate.
So that stolen base won't matter.
Coming up to bat, the
Muniz
pitcher,
will go down
number
to second
10,
on the dead ball push from the hit by pitch.
Martinez.
Although he was going to make it on the stolen base anyway.
He had some speed.
So the Gophers with 2 men on now. And that'll bring us to the next batter in the inning. The 4-hole hitter, Isai Martinez, the pitcher. Trying to give himself some help here tonight.
Help his own cause.
Muniz at second, Alvarado at first. Bustamante coming home. This one's tapped at the plate, but Jeremiah Taylor catches it in foul territory, and it'll be a foul ball.
He applied the tag anyways, just to see if he could get away with it. That would have been a very rare 2 unassisted.
Yeah. Bustamante comes set. Takes a look at second, and the 0-1 pitch is swung on and hit to the right side. Wynn giving chase in foul territory, and he makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Gophers here in the third inning.
Runners in scoring position proving to be the difference maker. Both teams have left 3 men in scoring position without the ability to bring them home. And we're also through 3 complete here at Gopher Park. We'll be right back with more high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Welcome back to live action here on a beautiful Tuesday night here in Grand Prairie, Texas. Score still 0-0 as we head into the top of the 4th inning here.
We might get to the 4th inning stretch presented by Taqueria Taco Express before we get to the first taco tally at this rate, Pops.
Absolutely an opportunity here. Grand Prairie playing well defensively. Bustamante pitching well, and thus we have a little bit of a pitching duel here between Isai Martinez and Danny Bustamante. Speaking of the Colts here, they'll be sending up their 5, 6, 7 hole hitters this inning. Matthew Wynn, the first baseman for the Colts, leading off. Yadier Gamez, the designated hitter, on deck. And Gannon Howard, the center fielder, is in the hole to start this inning off. Wynn, Gamez, Howard, 1, 2, 3 this inning.
Matthew Wynn.
All the Gophers come into the pitching mound and encourage their pitcher one more time before he throws this first pitch here in the 4th inning. That pitch is out and gets all the way to the backstop. Kind of a wild pitch there for ball 1. No harm done because there's nobody on base. Next delivery. Overcompensated with an inside pitch there. And
I was about to say that he went too far away one side, comes too far inside on the next pitch. You and I have done this once or twice before, haven't we?
A little bit. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and hit down to the third baseline. It's fair. Here goes Matthew Wynn. He's going to round first. He's headed to second. That ball's all the way down in the coffin corner in the 320, and Wynn will make it to second and pull up there as Coach Walmack throws up the stop sign. Matthew Wynn with a double to lead off the top of the 4th inning.
Big swing there by Wynn, and maybe that's the spark that the Arlington offense has been looking for. Bustamante got a double in the previous inning, and now Wynn with a double in this inning. Maybe the bats are starting to wake up.
Yadier Gamez.
So Matthew Wynn out there at second base, and Yadier Gamez, the designated hitter, up for his second at bat tonight after he flew out to the position 8, the center fielder, in the first time at bat. This one swung on and hit out to left field. The left fielder coming in, and he makes the catch, does Jordan Todd. The F7 will retire Gamez and be the first out of the inning. Matthew Wynn stays there at second base. No chance to advance on that. That'll bring up Gannon Howard.
Coming up to bat, number 2, Gannon
Number 2
Howard.
playing center field for the Colts, as he has all season. He got a walk his last at bat and was eliminated in a fielder's choice attempt at a double play. One out in the inning here, and a runner still at second base in scoring position. First pitch is a little bit outside for ball 1, as catcher Jacob Harmon had to kind of dive out to his right to make sure that ball stayed in front of him. Doesn't want to make it easy for Matthew Wynn out there at second base. 1 ball, no strikes. That delivery outside and low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. to the number 7 hole hitter, Gannon Howard. Isai Martinez looking for the sign, comes set on the mound, takes a look at Wynn at second, and comes home. That ball catches that outside corner for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Gannon Howard.
Martinez has been consistently finding that outside corner when he's facing the right-handed hitters. Oftentimes been getting ahead in the count. He'll need to get another one placed there just to even it up here.
Shows bunt
my.
early. Umpire calls a strike on the inside corner to run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In fact, we're looking at dead center field behind the trees off in that neighborhood. Something's on fire. We're not in any danger here at the ballpark, but somebody may be in distress over there. 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back to Hill Street, and it stays on the berm over there and almost hits one of the kids.
And there's about 7 or 8 youngsters out there on the berm, and nearly a dozen adults just started yelling for them to watch out. You have to be alert at all times when you're at a baseball field.
Count to Howard stays at 2-2. That next pitch is outside and gets away from Harmon just a little bit, but not enough for Wynn to advance. Count evens. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I say even because each player in the next play has an equal advantage.
It could go either way. It's just not the terminology that baseballers like to use.
Yeah, we'll use the term payoff pitch coming up here.
And it pays off.
That one has been close. The umpire has sometimes called that one this evening, but that does get Gannon Howard the free pass there on the walk. So
Coming up to bat, number 23,
runner at first
Jeremiah
and second
Taylor.
base now with only 1 out. Jeremiah Taylor stepping into the batter's box, the all-star defensive catcher for the Colts. All district honors last year. He's got a runner in scoring position. He has shown some power this year, sending several balls to the fence, including the one against Lamar last Tuesday. That first pitch is a called strike 1 on that outside corner.
So far, Martinez consistently attacking it. So far, the Colt bats have not been offering at it. It's been a lot of called strikes out that way.
Oh, wait, the umpire just threw up a 1 ball.
Now the umpire's changing it.
He's changed his call.
He changed his mind. He threw the fist, didn't he?
He did. He did throw it. We saw it.
But he's changing it. 1-0 is the call.
That one is a punch.
Now there's a fist going forward, so it should be 1 ball and 1 strike now.
Yep, 1-1 should be.
See, that one looked lower than the previous strike call. You have to wonder if he was just compensating.
He goes, what I really meant to call last time. 1-1 nevertheless. 1-1 and 1 out. That one's too far outside. That one was easy.
Was it?
2 balls, 1 strike to Jeremiah Taylor.
They're going to have to step up in the batter's box or something in order to be able to protect that outside corner of the strike zone.
2 ball, 1 strike pitch coming to Taylor. Swung on, and it's going to end up in foul territory out there on the berm where all the children are.
They moved away.
And it went over there.
They went a good 20 yards up the baseline to try and get away from the ones that were going straight back, and JT's foul ball finds them anyway. If we had a second camera, we could just have a berm cam and try to keep up with the foul balls that go out of play.
2-2 pitch coming to JT. Swung on and missed.
And again, that outside corner. And JT compensated. He did offer at it. But I don't think the Colt bats are used to having to offer at stuff that's that far outside of the strike zone. Because that was a very awkward-looking swing, unfortunately.
Speaking of strike zones, 2 outs in the inning, and Hayden White comes up, and he struck out looking his last at-bat. First pitch is a called strike.
Isai Martinez finding the strike zone pretty well tonight. So far, Arlington has not strung together enough base hits to make him pay.
This one's going to be popped up in the infield. First baseman Giovanni Alvarado calling for it and makes the catch. And so the pop up to first base makes
Position
the third
three.
out. Position 3 is the third out of the inning. No runs scored. Runner left at second and first. And that'll take us to the middle of the fourth inning here. The fourth inning stretch is presented by Taqueria Taco Express. Featuring a wide, authentic menu, Taco Express can solve any Mexican food craving like the one I have right now. Order online to collect points for free food or get 5 tacos and a large agua fresca on Taco Tuesdays for just $10. Taqueria Taco Express, the fourth inning stretch. We'll be right back. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Coming back live here to the action at Gopher Park in Grand Prairie on the campus of Grand Prairie High School. Welcome to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Gophers will be sending their number 4, 5, and 6 hole hitters to the plate this inning.
5, 6, 7. Isai Martinez is the cleanup hitter. He ended the previous inning.
Okay, I put my little arrow in the wrong place. 5, 6, 7 hitters. Brandon Peoples leading off, the right fielder. Aaron Alcala, the second baseman, on deck, and Jalen Garcia is in the hole. Danny Bustamante on the mound for his 4th inning of work, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled over the third base dugout for strike number 1. Brandon Peoples, a strikeout victim, his first time at bat tonight. Facing Bustamante from the left side batter's box. And that's a called strike. Count is 0-2 to Brandon Peoples. Swung on and fouled to the left side again, fighting that one off. Staying alive is Brandon Peoples.
Yeah, and he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do in a situation like this. You have to offer it anything that's even remotely close just to keep the at-bat alive, even if you have to foul it off. Doesn't get the call there.
Not in the strike zone there for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bustamante's 1-2 delivery. Not too far outside and low. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bustamante set. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit right up the middle. Another base hit right up the middle for the Gophers. Will put a runner on here to lead off the inning.
Coming up to bat, second baseman number 0.
Single to right field, single to center field, single to infield, single to center field. Nothing has been hit with a charge necessarily, but it has been lofted to places where the Colt defense is not. And it puts the leadoff man aboard for Alcala.
Number 0 on Alcala's back. You don't see too many zeros on baseball uniforms. Squares to bunt here, and he pops it straight up. Bustamante is going to let JT take care of it. And that's a pop to the position number 2, the catcher, for the first out of the inning.
Coming up to bat,
Peoples will stay
center
at first
fielder
base.
number 15,
That'll bring up
Jalen
Jalen Garcia, the center fielder, who's been very busy tonight. Garcia, strikeout victim, one of Bustamonte's 6 strikeouts on the evening. He takes a look at Peoples, and the first pitch is a foul tip straight into Jeremiah Taylor's glove for strike 1. Bustamante peeks over his shoulder at Peoples. Comes home. The runner is going. Jeremiah Taylor's throwing down to second base. It's high, but it is way in time.
Way in time.
Way in time, as Peoples is cut down at second base on the cannon by JT. 2 outs in the inning now. Base is clear. And a 0-2's count at the plate for Bustamante on the batter.
Sure does help when you've got great defense behind you.
That ball hit to right field. Lyndon Prater right there to make the catch and end the inning. And just like that, that half inning is over on the F9 to Lyndon Prater.
Unconventional 1-2-3 inning, but hard to argue with the results. We're through 4 complete, still scoreless here in Gopher Park, and we've only played baseball for an hour. Defensive battle here at Grand Prairie High School. We'll be back with the 5th inning after this. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Welcome back, Colt Nation, to the 5th inning. Colts looking to string some runs together, string some hits together, as once again they are bringing up the top of the order to lead off. Danny Bustamante, the pitcher, leading off. Mason Hensley on deck. London Prater in the hole to get things started here. Busta, Hensley, Prater, 1, 2, 3. Still 0-0, and still Isai Martinez on the mound.
No reason to switch him at this point.
Nope, pitching a good ball game, good defense behind him. And Isai Martinez lines up for the first pitch home, and that's a little bit low and outside for ball 1.
Pops over in East Arlington. It's the 4th inning between a couple of 7-3 squads. Live on the Zap Network, it's Lamar 3, Bowie nothing.
That ball skips away from Jacob Harmon, and it'll be ball number 2 here to Bustamante leading off. That's an interesting score there. Lamar seems to have rebounded their mental acuity there tonight.
I have no doubt.
I wonder who's on the mound for
I have
Bowie.
no doubt it's Colton Quesada.
Quesada pitched a very good game last week. That pitch is low and out of the strike zone for ball 3.
Quesada pitched really well. Both of those runs were unearned.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just enough for Danny Bustamante to get the 2-0 win.
Bustamante draws the 4-pitch walk to lead off this top of the 5th inning.
Coming up to bat, number 10.
That'll bring up Mason Hensley, the regular shortstop for the Colts here. He has earned a walk in his first at bat and flown out to center field. His 2 appearances so far tonight.
You were asking about Bowie's pitcher. I feel fairly certain it's Roman Ortega. Ortega, the traditional Game 1 starter. Game 2 at Lamar. I'll be on the call with the PA voice of the Bowie Volunteers. Yadi Pagan has the evening off, doesn't have any PA work to do, so he'll put on the play-by-play headset with me.
First pitch to Hensley is down, called strike one. Throw over to first base. Bustamante back easily, not even a tag there by Giovanni Alvarado.
Well, in Bustamante running for himself again. No courtesy runner for the pitcher tonight.
The 0-1 pitch. As the runner goes to second, it's a bunt at the plate. Fouled off. Runner will have to go back to first base. No balls and 2 strikes now in Mason Hensley. Bustamante kind of arched his back in a groan when he realized that Hensley was bunting on that pitch because he had the base stolen easily. And we're doing a little maintenance work on the communication device for catcher Jacob Harmon as his battery mate Isai Martinez adjusts the wiring for the walkie-talkie that the catchers wear now to communicate with the dugout about what pitch the coaches want to call. 0-2 delivery to Hensley. Down low for ball 1. Kind of holding my breath on that one, Zach. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Hensley. Early in the top of the 5th inning. Outside. Ball 2. 2 balls. 2 strikes to Hensley. Martinez has been catching that outside corner pretty consistently. Missed just by a little bit on that one. Takes a look at Busta at first. The 2-2 pitch home. Curveball. Catches that outside corner.
Oh my.
And catches Hensley looking.
Felt like the last pitch was more in the zone than that one was, but I'm not the one that's standing
Coming
behind
up
the
to bat,
plate.
number 18, London Prater.
That'll bring up London Prater with a runner at first and 1 out now.
3rd K of the evening for Isai Martinez.
Pitching a good ball game tonight for the Gophers. Definitely giving his team a chance. Swung on and missed by Prater. Throw down to first base by Harmon. A little bit off target. Bustamante back easily. Strike 1 at the plate to London Prater. Martinez takes a look at first and comes set. The 0-1 delivery. As the runner's going, Bustamante's going on to straight steal. The ball bounces into second base, gets all the way into center field, where Jalen Garcia fields it and gets it back in. Bustamante has no chance to go any further than that. He asks for time and picks up his personal effects that have flown off as he slid in out there. Count at the plate is 1 ball and 1 strike to Prater, and the runner now at second base. Glenn in scoring position here for Prater with a 1-1 count. Isai Martinez comes set. A 1-1 pitch home. Swung on and hit to the right side, but foul. Count goes to 1 ball and 2. Bustamante made it halfway to third base and has to turn around and trot back. Martinez looks in for the sign, comes set, takes a look at Busta at second, and comes home. Oh, and excuse me, and it jammed Prater off the neck part of the bat, the narrow part of the bat close to his hands. He's kind of...
It may have gone off his hand the way he's grimacing.
The hand is considered part of the bat. Yeah, he's really rubbing that right hand. But the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Prater. Martinez comes set on the mound. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in a row for Isai Martinez.
Number 20, Abraham Alvarado.
That'll bring up Abe Alvarado, the third baseman for the Colts, with a runner still in scoring position out there.
And Pops, I continue to attest that that wide strike zone from the umpire is forcing Arlington to swing at pitches they don't usually swing at. And it's leading to more awkward at-bats than this team is used to. Not to discredit what Isai Martinez is doing on the mound, but there are a lot of contributing factors to the approach at the plate by these young men tonight.
Well, and you had a good suggestion earlier in the ball game. That's a situation where you might want to scoot up in the batter's box closer to the plate so that you can put that outside pitch more in your zone. 1 ball to Abe Alvarado. 2 balls to Abe Alvarado. I'm looking for a connection here to bring a run home. We've got an umpire giving a warning to the dugout on the Grand Prairie side.
Waggling his fingers like Kembe Mutombo. Not today.
2 balls, no strikes to the batter, Alvarado. That one outside and low, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. You would expect Alvarado to just leave the bat on his shoulder here and force Isai Martinez to come into the zone. The 3-0 delivery outside and low. We're waiting.
AB held up and waited just to be on the safe side.
I think we're all waiting here to see what that umpire is going to decide to do. But it is a free pass, and that put runners at first and second now. Bustamante still at second, and Matthew Wynn stepping into the batter's box.
You have to wonder how frustrated players that steal a base get if the player behind them draws a walk.
Yeah.
You make all that effort
for nada.
For nothing. If you had waited just a couple more pitches, you would have been able to go there freely.
Matthew Wynn charged one into the left field corner, his last at bat for a double. It'd be great to see something like that. There he hits the ball, but it's fielded there by the second baseman Alcala, who runs the ball to the bag himself for the force out. And the Colts are done in the 5th inning. That 4-4 unassisted is what I'm going to call it.
Fielder's choice will end the inning and leave another runner in scoring position. By my tally, that is the 4th of the game for the Colts. Got to bring somebody home sometime. To the bottom of the 5th we go, still surprisingly scoreless here at Gopher Park. We'll be back with more high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing, right after this.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Team Jacob Harmon.
Returning to live action here from Gopher Park in Grand Prairie. As Zach closed out the last half inning, we're surprised by the goose eggs on the board out there. Everything a 0 at this point as we head into the Gopher half of the 5th inning. Grand Prairie will be sending their 8, 9, and 1 batters to the plate. Catcher Jacob Harmon leading off. Left fielder Jordan Todd on deck. And then back to the top of the order, Rodrigo Martinez, the 3rd baseman for the Gophers, going against Danny Bustamante here. And the first pitch from Busta is a called strike 1. Bustamante on for his 5th inning of work here tonight. Both pitchers so far going the distance in this one. That ball is tapped out to Alvarado, who makes the play, throws on to Win for the 5-3 putout.
And a good duck on the mound there by Danny Bustamante. Situational awareness, knowing that Alvarado's going to have to throw it hard and fast in order to get the runner, and gave him a clear lane for that 5-3 putout.
That'll bring up the left-handed batting left fielder, Jordan Todd. Number 9 steps into the box after being after a strikeout victim to Bustamante in the bottom of the third. One away here for Bustamante, and his first pitch to Todd is inside for ball 1. One old pitch. Catches that outside corner.
Catches the corner.
Count runs to 1-1 on the second batter of the inning, Jordan Todd. Curveball. Catches the corner again for a punch action from the umpire. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Todd. One-two delivery. Fastball swung on and tapped at the plate, but it's going to be in. The umpire says it was in fair territory. Jeremiah Taylor picks it up, throws it down to first, and the strikeout of Jordan Todd is number 7 for Bustamante tonight. And the second out of this inning. That'll take us back to the top of the order. Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman for the Gophers. Martinez has a base hit and a ground out to his own position at third early in the game. First pitch from Boost is on that outside corner for a called strike 1. Boost winds and delivers. Called strike 2 on that low outside corner that's been called all night. No balls, 2 strikes here to Rodrigo Martinez. That one's shot into left center field. Gannon Howard on his horse, and he catches up to it. The F9 ends the inning for the Gophers.
F8 is the center field position, but they are left without a run again as we make it through 5 complete of a 0-0 ball game that's moving at a rather quick pace. 8:17, and we're headed to the 6th. We'll be back with more high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing, right after this.
Hey Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana, aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Grand Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
To the 6th inning we go here at Gopher Park. Zach Arnold, my pops, Doug, bringing you this district action with a rather surprising score as the Colts are looking for a spark, and it looks like we will be bringing in the left fielder, Axel Alvarado.
Coming up to bat, flex position number 5.
This is
Axel Alvarado.
This is
batting for Gomez.
This is in his spot. Gomez was DHing for him, so now number 5, Axel Alvarado, will bat in his own spot. After Gomez went 0 for 2 in his 2 appearances, we'll see what Axel is able to do.
Coach Womack looking for a spark here, as both pitchers being extremely stingy with the run production, as there's a bunch of goose eggs on that board out there.
Isai Martinez out for the 6th inning as he delivers ball 2 too far inside. The 2-0 to Axel. Popped and barely foul by about a foot or 2. almost dropped into that left field line, but it hooked just a little too much. And it's a harmless strike one.
That one was close out there, and it would have gone for extra bases because left fielder Jordan Todd for the Gophers is playing shaded towards center field. He had a long way to go to get there if that ball had been fair. But like you said, just a long strike.
The 2-1 now is 3 balls and 1 strike as Martinez can't quite catch that outside corner. He's been attacking all night. Gannon Howard and Jeremiah Taylor, the next 2 up, as Axel draws the base on balls.
Does what Coach Womack really wanted him to do, and that was just get on base as the leadoff hitter.
5th walk of the game issued by Isai
Coming up to bat,
Martinez.
number 2, Gannon Howard.
But so far it has not come back to bite him, as all of the Colt base runners have not advanced past second base here tonight. Bunt is squared up for, up in the air, and missed by the catcher, Jacob Harmon. He threw off his helmet, was in position, and it trickled out of his glove and down his forearm. Strike one. Valiant effort there. But it is just strike one here to Howard, who technically does not have a plate appearance tonight. Umpire holds back, and that is a ball. 1-1 the count now as Harmon calls a brief time.
May have their signals crossed, and oh no, it's another repair job on the communication device.
Something probably happened to it when he threw his helmet off to try to make the play there.
They just have to get the earbud replaced in the ear under the helmet so he can hear his coach calling the pitch calls from the dugout. Coach Womack takes the advantage of just a time to whisper into Gannon Howard's ear while they're adjusting the equipment.
With the leadoff man aboard, you got to play the smallest of balls to try to put somebody in scoring position. Grand Prairie's aware of it, and that's why Isai Martinez will check in on Axel Alvarado. Giovanni Alvarado on the receiving end of that. That's not confusing at all. Bunt again, up the baseline, and they'll let it go foul. Good heads-up play there by Giovanni Alvarado. Instead of trying to make a play on it, he just sucks in his gut and lets it continue on its trajectory, and it'll be strike 2 at the plate.
Yeah, the infield at Lamar, had that been at Lamar, they've had such a plush, spongy infield there at Lamar. That ball could have just stuck in the ground like we saw one do last Friday. But the true hop of the AstroTurf here
made it bounce in a different direction. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. He's going to square up for it again. He may pull back. Up the middle. 4, 3. They got the double play. Alcala steps on the bag, turns and fires to Alvarado, and both base runners are eliminated on the double play.
Coming up to bat, number 23, Jeremiah Taylor.
Once again, Isai Martinez throwing the right pitch at the right time.
Jeremiah Taylor looks at ball 1 away here. Struck out in his previous plate appearance. Chopper to short. Second hop is played, and the throw is in time. Muñiz to Alvarado ends the inning. Colts get a base runner aboard and get eliminated on the double play. We're scoreless still, headed to the bottom of the 6th. High school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0393 or email orders@locallegendsfigures.com. This broadcast is the intellectual property of Zach Arnold Productions. Any use of their multimedia, including audio, video, images, and other content, may not be repurposed without prior express consent of Zach Arnold Productions. We thank you for your cooperation and for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. A fast-paced defensive battle. We're only an hour 26 into this ball game. Usually a full 7 will go 2 hours plus, and we're just a few outs away from that 7th inning here. As Danny Bustamante comes out for another inning of work, he's already got 7 Ks to his record. Been keeping Grand Prairie off the base paths for the most part. They have left 3 stranded at second base, but that's about it. Productivity has been at a minimum as these pitchers and their defenses behind them have been bailing them out, Pops.
Yeah, it's been a classic pitching duel. Isai Martinez, to his credit, is doing a fantastic job placing the pitches in the right place, getting the Colt batters just to tap little outs to his defense. That last hit up the middle for that double play really looked like it was going to go into center field, but the second baseman made a really good play on the ball, and here we are, still 0-0.
Shortstop Saul Munoz got a single in his last at-bat. Will be leading things off. Giovanni Alvarado, the 3-hole hitter, coming after him, and then the pitcher, Isai Martinez, in the hole. Taylor calls time as his communication device has given him a little bit of an issue now. First pitch is a called strike number 1 to Saul Munoz. Curveball. Does not find the zone. Too far inside. Ball 1, says the umpire.
Had some good movement on it.
Looked pretty from here. In play, Matthew Wynn on the backhand. He's going to toss it, and the coverage is going to be made. The unconventional 3-1 put out as Wynn finds Bustamante for the out.
And, you know, that's it may look like an easy play, but Wynn really had to lead the speeding Bustamante on that one, or you take a chance of throwing it behind him. And that's a play that they practice regularly, and good routine defense there by the Colts.
It's good awareness by Bustamante, recognizing where the ball was hit to and that he needs to come and assist his first baseman. And a good throw on time by Wynn, as this throw is wide for ball 1 to Giovanni Alvarado. Check swing, a bit inside. They want to make an appeal, and he went around. That is a strike to Alvarado. Even though it was way inside there, bat crossed the plate. This one is going to be a tough play for Hensley, charging it and making the throw for out number 2. Alvarado
Up to bat, number 10.
came towards it.
Isai
Bustamante came
Martinez.
off of the mound to try to get it. Ultimately, Hensley had the best opportunity and gets the second out.
Yeah, and even though that was a slowly hit bouncer out to short, Hensley was still able to get a strong plant and get a strong enough throw to win to beat the runner by 3 steps.
Chopper, Hensley, pump fake, and the throw is in time. It's a 1-2-3 half inning as Hensley makes back-to-back 6-3 putouts. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and the ball does not leave the infield. To the 7th we go. Still scoreless here at Gopher Park. Which batters will take advantage of a pitching mistake first? Find out when we come back with High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Ika Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Ika can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ikasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Ika Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. To the 7th inning we go here at Gopher Park. Grand Prairie comes into this game with a 4-18 overall record, 1-9 in district, but that one came on Friday evening against Sam Houston Pops. And right now, Isai Martinez does not look like he's getting tired, and he has been able to keep Arlington off of the scoreboard, which has not been an easy thing to do. Lamar gave up 14 to these Colts just a few days ago.
Yeah, but a week ago, they pretty much throttled the Colts until that one hit by Jeremiah Taylor, and that's all it takes sometimes.
Hayden White lead things off and takes a look at ball one low.
The fortunes of this game.
One run, that's all you need. The 1-0 is high and inside for ball two. Two and 0 the count here. Hayden White 0 for 2 on the evening. Martinez gets the strike call there as the count moves to 2-1. Strikeout victim and flew out to first base. He's got ball 3 here. Trying to get the leadoff man aboard, much like they did in the previous inning. Back to the top of the order after this at-bat. The 3-1, lofted in the air, playable in right field. And the catch is made by Peoples for out number 1.
Coming up to bat, number 4, Danny Bustamante.
So Danny Bustamante trying to find his way aboard and help his own cause with one out here in the top of the 7th. You're reading that scoreboard correctly. It is 0-0 defensive battle here in Grand Prairie. First pitch to Bustamante is a called strike 1 at the knees.
Busta has made it as far as second base in both of his last at-bats, a double and a walk and a stolen base. Hoping to get on base here again here in the top of the 7th and generate some runs.
And a strike on the low and away corner. It's been consistently called, but Bustamante doesn't like it as he finds himself in the hole 0-2. Isai Martinez agrees on a pitch and the 0-2. Low and away for ball number 1. tried to attack that same part of the zone, Pops.
It's been working. Might as well keep trying it. It's been Martinez's bread and butter here this evening so far.
The 1-2 delivery. Swung on and swung through. Crossed him up and couldn't connect, and
Coming
there's
up to
2
bat,
away
number
now
10, Mason Hensley.
for Mason Hensley, who also struck out in his last appearance. First pitch to Hensley is high and away for ball 1. Instead of high and away, it's low and inside. Ball number 2 to Hensley. And that is ball 3, as Isai Martinez cannot find the zone. London Prater hoping for an opportunity on deck. Strike right down the middle. Hensley with the bat on his shoulders. 3 balls and a strike now. The righty to this switch hitter. Can't find it. That's ball 4.
Interesting ball game. This announcer's feeling a little bit of the tension here.
Just a little bit. I can't tell if it's the
Coming up to bat,
Taco
number 18,
Express that I had for
London
lunch or
Prater.
if it's the game that's giving me the heartburn right now. London Prater 0 for 3 on the evening. Not your conventional stat line for him, as he goes for the fence with that one and can't connect at strike 1. That was definitely a home run cut.
Yeah, that was a big swing. We felt the rushing air off the bat cutting through that one.
Hensley's got enough speed that even a double could plate the first run. Doesn't necessarily need to leave the ballpark. The 0-1 runner goes, and it'll get fouled out of play. That'll make it 0-2, and Hensley will have to go back to first base.
I think that was a hit and run. Hensley was off and running on that pitch. He was more than halfway to second base when Prater made contact.
Prater will dig back into the batter's box, having to defend the plate, which is not something that the Colt batters have done well this evening. Look for Martinez to attack that outside corner. That is where the catcher is squaring up. The 0-2, fouled away.
Hit the light standard.
Better than hitting one of the kids on the hill.
Yep.
It'll stay 0-2 to Prater.
Colt dugout comes alive, trying to encourage their batters here.
Another 0-2. Hensley's going. Harmon can't do anything about it. It's ball 1 at the plate. And again, a man in scoring position for Arlington. Clean steal for Hensley. Any kind of a base hit scores him now. One and 2, Martinez looks over his shoulder now. Rip down that left field line.
Fair.
That's a base hit. Here comes the first run of the game. Hensley in to score. Prater delivers the lead run on the double down the left field line. That first
Coming up to
run
bat,
of the
number 20,
game by the
Abraham
Colts is their
Alvarado.
first and only
We have a
taco
visit.
tally. All first runs of the game are presented by Taqueria Taco Express this season. Visit any of their 4 locations on Taco Tuesday for their $10 meal special. Grand Prairie has seen enough. Isai Martinez battled for 6 2/3 innings, but London Prater ultimately wins the war. A round of applause as number 10 is being substituted for, and this pitching change
Put your hands
is
together
presented
for Isai
by
Martinez.
our friends at Ika Signs.
Great job tonight.
The next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Ika Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-2229 is the number, and tell them Zap sent you. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is right after the break. Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
New pitcher on the mound after a amazing 6 2/3 innings from Isai Martinez.
Number 2 in center field,
The
Dawson
new
Keaton.
pitcher for the Gophers coming in from right field, Brandon Peoples. Peoples now on the mound.
But Mr. Clutch comes through in that number 3 spot, London Prater, bringing in the runner when the Colts really needed it.
Dawson Keaton, number 2, will take over for Peoples
Coming
out
up to
in
bat,
right field.
Alvarado.
Dawson Keaton, the new right fielder. First pitch to Abe Alvarado is inside for ball 1 from the southpaw.
I have an affinity for southpaws, being one myself.
Strike is called there to Alvarado. 1-1.
Prater still out there at second base in scoring position.
Alvarado sends this one foul. Good cut, just didn't quite time it up. One ball and 2 strikes now to AB as he tries to extend the inning, but London Prater has done the necessary damage with that hard shot down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Peoples comes home. That's a base hit to left field. They're going to wave Prater around. Cut off at third, and it's not going to be in time. A.B. Alvarado delivers the RBI and the insurance run. It's 2-0.
Coming up to bat, number 25, Matthew Wynn.
A rather picturesque slide there by London Prater also as he came into the plate. Great form. I'd give him an 8 out of 10 on that slide. Good aggressive base running there by Coach Womack.
Strike 1 at the plate here to Matthew Wynn. Wynn had a double down the left field line and was left stranded. Peoples looks straight ahead at the runner. Wynn lofts this one into the air, headed for foul territory. And the sliding catch in foul territory is going to be made by the left fielder, Todd, and that will end the top half of the 7th. Arlington finally has runs on the board as we get ready to go to the final 3 outs of the ball game. Can Bustamante get another complete game shutout? We'll find out in about a minute and a half. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Romy Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Romy Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Coming up to bat, number 5.
Bottom of the 7th, and here comes Danny Bustamante looking for another complete game. We probably came into this game thinking it would be 5 innings. Pops, credit where it's due. The Grand Prairie defense forced Arlington to play the full 7, but at the end of the day, it's the senior leadership of London Prater coming in the clutch for the Colts offensively, getting the RBI after Hensley stole second base to guarantee that he'd be able to come in to score, and then A.B. Alvarado delivering the insurance run.
Yep, that's something you want to see from your seniors and your senior leadership, is to come through in the clutch. When your team really needs you, you come through, and that's exactly what London Prater did there to put the Colts on the board.
It'll be the 7, 8, 9 spots in the Grand Prairie lineup as strike 1 is issued to number 15, Jalen Garcia, 0 for 2 on the evening with a strikeout and a flyout. Nothing in 1 the count here. Busta turns and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Busta finds the pitch he likes. And he went around. That is strikeout number 8. And out number 1 here
Coming up to bat, number 0.
the bottom of the 7th.
Aaron Alcala.
Hensley's coming into the dugout to talk to...
That may have been number 5, Peoples.
Oh, they're going to go get Hensley warmed up. Over here, they just brought Hensley in off shortstop. No, he's just changing gloves.
Changing gloves, I suppose.
He tossed his glove to Coach
That
Womack, and I
was-
thought he was going to go warm up to make sure in case we needed a relief appearance. But he just wanted some new equipment out there.
So my mistake on who that batter was, I mistook 5 for 15. That was Peoples, who was retired swinging. And this will be number 0, Aaron Alcala. 5, 6, 7 in the Grand Prairie lineup. Too far inside, in spite of the yup from the Colt faithful. 2-0.
We have several umpires in the stands tonight.
Everybody's an official. Fastball fired in there for a called strike. 2-1 the count to Alcala. Got an infield single and made it to second base on the interference, and then popped out on a bunt attempt. Ball number 3 there as Bustamante can't quite find the zone. The 3-1 gets the called strike there to bring it full. Countdown on the scoreboard, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Busta's payoff pitch, swung on and swung through. 9th K of the night for Bustamante.
Coming up to bat, number 15, Jalen Garcia.
So it'll be up to Jalen Garcia to represent the final out of the ball game for the Gophers. Chopper up the baseline, foul for strike 1. Pop's trying to help with the takedown procedures as we want to make sure we don't overextend our welcome. Nothing in 1 here at the plate. And it is nothing in 2. Arlington bringing the Gophers to their potential final strike of the ball game. Busta delivers. Chopper headed for shortstop. Hensley on the slow roller, fires to first, and he's got him! And that will be the ball game. London Prater delivers the RBI double in the top of the 7th, and Bustamante shuts down the Gopher offense in the bottom of the 7th to prevent the walk-off. We will walk directly into the postgame show presented by our friends at John Wade Roofing. John Sr. played for Arlington High and was the team MVP in '76. He also played for TCU and UTA football, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy in the community that he has built for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, or more, you can call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Zach Arnold, my Pops Doug, calling this ball game. Pops, Arlington is officially headed to the postseason for the 5th consecutive year under Coach Womack. The only time they didn't go was when COVID shortened their season. A lot of consistent success for this Arlington ball club as they pick up the win against Grand Prairie here tonight.
You know, Zach, I don't have any fingernails left. This was a true nail-biter all the way through, trying to pick up that win and in game tonight. I mean, a beautiful game pitched by Grand Prairie's Isai Martinez. Had us on the edge of our seats the whole evening, and we felt confident with Bustamante on the mound that he was going to control things on our defensive end, but the bats were really held in check tonight by Martinez, and it wasn't until that clutch hit, Mason Hensley gets on base and steals, gets in scoring position, and then Mr. Clutch comes through with the double to score the run, and that was the only run that was really needed to secure this win. An extra one added there by Alvarado, plating London Prater. But boy, this was a tough one tonight. I'm all worn out.
I am too. We played.
And all I was doing was talking.
We played the full 7 and got our money's worth. Hopefully, you all got your money's worth as well, as we get ready to close the window and close the door of this District 8-6A ball game between the Colts and the Gophers. The return game is going to be Arlington's senior night on Thursday instead of Friday because of Good Friday. So be sure to tune in on Thursday evening here on the Zap Network for that ball game. Arlington now just playing for seeding as they have clinched the postseason with a win here tonight. They have 9 district wins, and if they win out, they could be district champions. Not going to count our chickens before they hatch. We learned that in tonight's game, though, didn't we, Pops?
Yeah, we had some stingy chickens.
But there are a lot of goose eggs, a lot of chicken eggs, however many zeros you want to count up there on that scoreboard. But the most important one is that big number 2. Special thanks to our friends at John Wade Roofing for being our title partners, our Camera 2 partners, our postgame partners, just all-around great partners. We appreciate them and their support, and we appreciate you, the viewers' support, for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Thank you for supporting local businesses and local broadcasters by your viewership here tonight. Bowie is currently still in action on the Zap Network in the 7th inning. They trail Lamar by a score of 5-1. I'll be on the call with Yadi Pagan for that Thursday game over at Viking Field. So a lot more awesome district baseball action still to be played this week, but that is going to do it for us here tonight. For my Pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you all again next time. Until then, have a